is under the directive policy, directive principles of the state policy. The section further goes to say that education shall be free at all levels. But unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, the area that deals with the fundamental objectives of the state policy also go to say that it is non-justiciable, meaning that it's a political question. We cannot enforce it in the court of law. So it's just the desire of the Constitution that these things should be done. But in the absence of that, we have in place what the government calls education bank. That if government cannot provide free education, at least government should be able to give out loans to students to pursue their education. That is the whole essence of the education bank. And as it was said in the motion, it's meant to replace what we all knew then to be student loans, which the government graciously gave to students at that time to pursue education either within the country or outside the country. But today, Mr. Speaker, we don't have that. Students are all over, the parents are going through a lot of crunch. They are going through a lot of economic crisis, hardship, because they cannot provide school fees for their children. And government says it is not justiciable. We like to provide free education. But as it were today, we don't have the resources. We don't have the money to do that. We have an education bank that is not moving forward, that is not doing the least of its expected objectives, at least the function of providing loans to the students. It is incumbent upon us, Mr. Speaker, going by the Constitution, also Section 14 of the Constitution. It says that the welfare and the security of the people that shall be the main policy of the government. It shall be the responsibility of the government. And we, as the representatives of the people, owe it a duty to call on ourselves to ask governments that we should do something to ensure that we free people from shackles of economic crisis and to ensure that education. It is against this background that this motion is calling for an action plan. We want to know the status of the education bank so that at least we know how to move this nation forward. If we need to amend the law, if we need to do something else, at least to ensure that we provide education for people. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I think and I believe that this is a motion that should be supported by all and that should be given the necessary attention. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.